Yeah, good morning, traders. Sorry, I'm starting this class a little bit late this morning. I can see we have close to thereabouts 40 people in class. And I'll be looking at market with you. And of course, the voice you are hearing is that of Olusegun, your regular anchor on Mondays. And I want to especially thank those people that have been waiting for the past maybe 5, 6 minutes. I'm supposed to start 8 o'clock on the dot, but I was 8 o'clock, right? So, but I had one or two issues with connection, but now I'm in. So, let's get started. But before we go into the market, before I begin to show my screen, let me appreciate those people that are here already again. Starting from Kenny to Abraham to Ayo Felix to Gay to Demola to Alebodi to Bata Chimedu, Jeff Dollar, Billy Amas, right? So apostles. I have a lot of names there that I can mention, down to Awupe to Love to I can't even mention the facts. You guys are many. Of course, I want to especially thank you. So good morning to you all. Of course, happy Monday. Now, when I say happy Monday, I mean the day is going to be a good day, and we're going to make money in the market together. So permit me to share my screen, right? Shortly. Okay, so let me minimize this one and then show that people are muted, right? Give me a second. Let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. Give me a second, everybody. I'll be with you shortly. I'm still with you. It's not as if I'm out. I'm just trying to set up my screen so that I can see you can see my screen. Okay, so now you can see my screen, hopefully. And of course, I'm on gold, 15 minutes time frame. And permit me to let you know that the gap up you saw this morning was nothing less than, or nothing more than, or more or less than, whatever is happening in the Middle East right now. The war is still on. Please help me to switch on this television so that I can see, I want to see if I can just monitor one or two news. But I was driving this morning, so I couldn't really monitor. No, down. So the war is still on, and I don't know who is winning. I cannot say Israel is winning, and I cannot say Iran is winning, but we are seeing some things, right? Especially with crude oil. Okay. So if you are a fan of crude oil this week, in fact, should have been making money for the past 1 week if you're a fan of crude oil, right? That's if you were a fan of crude oil. But I'm going to just go to crude oil now, see if I can share what's going on there. So we see the price of crude oil, jam up. So please don't, I want to quickly advise, excuse me, I'm running a class. I don't need noise. Okay, so like I was saying, crude oil is one of those instruments you can make money on, but don't even dream of selling it right now, because the Iran government or parliament voted massively, I think on yesterday or thereabouts, for there is kind of like a gulf that they want to close. Okay, I can't remember the name, but I think I can just share that with you. Yeah, um, Vision. Shut down Strait of Hormuz, right? So they call the place Strait of Hormuz. So I'm going to go to map Strait of, okay, and then I'm going to go to map so that we can all see it. The reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to know that Iran is serious with some of these threats. So let me share the screen with you guys. I'm going to just share this particular one, this one. Okay, so if you look at what I'm looking at, if you are seeing what I'm seeing, you see that this is a map of this strait. Now, if we zoom in a little bit, right, you will see Iran is to the right, okay, of this map. So if Iran closed this part, let me just see if I can zoom it close a little bit. So I don't know if you can see my mouse. So if Iran close this part, that's what they say they want to do. It means that crude oil shipments will not be able to pass through all these areas. If you can see my mouse, that's what I'm trying to show you. Okay, and that means that crude oil price will jump up. So if you're a fan of crude oil, get ready to make money. Okay, so Iran is to the left, or sorry, to the right, and that's to this top. And then Israel is to the left. Okay, so that's what I can tell you about that one. So if you're a fan of crude oil, please get ready to make money. Look to buy oil only. Somebody say audio. I hope people can hear me. I hope so. Nobody's complaining of audio. Can you guys hear me? Everybody can hear me? Okay. So it means that if I go to chat now, let me see if I can share that screen now. If I go back to chat right here, you see that crude oil price jump up. Let me go to candlestick so that you can see it. And of course, that's for this morning. So ignore anything that has to do with all this double top, whatever. Okay, so because we can see double top here, so some people might say, oh, technical analysis, double top means that we should sell, right? I don't subscribe to that. So what I will subscribe to is for you to come around and do kind of like, you can do anything, right? You can do anything. So you look for when the price returns on average and then you buy. That's what I will tell you. Okay, so for example, right now the price is right coming into an average. So I want to believe that this particular average should be able to stop it, should stop the price from moving down. But I think you can buy crude oil from around or between $76 and $77. Right now, still around $77. So let me unmute everybody so that people will not look to interfere in what we're discussing. Okay. So I think crude oil will be good to buy from around here, from around this zone, from around 77.17 or 77.0. So if the price of crude oil returns to around $77, you can place a buy. Okay, because the price have potential to move up. Okay, you can already see the daily bar. This is just a retracement, and of course, the price can still appreciate as long as this war is threatening to, become a third world war. That's what we are saying. I don't see it so. President Trump has sued for peace. That since they have bombed what they want, whatever they want to bomb now, that there should be peace. But irrespective of what he's saying, the price is already reacting to it. So you can see crude oil price jump haywire. Then you can also see gold price also jump up, but the bear pressure is still on gold, right? Because technical analysis, technically, there was a dark cloud cover on what date was this? And of course, I've been looking at possibility of the price to go down. And that's of course since on the 16th of this month. So that means that the price of crude oil can go down, right? Then I also saw something on Friday. Okay, Friday was this candle that I want to show you now. Permit me to just show you this candle. I think this one was 1920. Today is 23. Okay, so I think it's this price, this particular candle. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit to show you something. Ignore all this Bollinger Band. We don't need it. Okay. So if a price formed a dark cloud cover, technically, there's a dark cloud cover here, right? Then the price now followed by a spinning bar, this one. Then the next candle after the spinning bar now went below the low of the spinning bar. Technically, these three candle arrangement that you see that I put arrow on suggest the price to go down. That suggests that the price may go down. Okay, so I've been looking for a way to sell gold. Been looking for a way to sell it, right? So, and of course, there was a jump up today also. Okay, a gap up that was not sustained. Okay, remember this dark cloud cover was also a gap up as a result of that war in Iran. Okay, so the price gapped up, of course, but it couldn't sustain the gap because fell down and formed the dark cloud cover, which means that there's a strong bear pressure in this market. Because despite all the gap ups, the price is still falling and it kept on falling. So what I'll tell you is to be looking to sell gold, all right? Ignore the war. Okay, whatever the war is doing is none of our business right now. There's a bear pressure on gold, right? So, and of course, we can see that the price has really tried to push up, but the bear pressure is holding. Of course, that's the bear now. Of course, if you look at the bars on the daily, this is a daily bar. Okay, so this is a very strong suggestion that the price could go down. Now, technically, this particular dark cloud cover is actually forming and hanging on a Bollinger Band, right? If you look at it carefully, you see that it's hanging on the upper band. Okay, and of course, it's closing inside. So this means that this price of gold may go down technically. Now, if we now go to, say we go to this particular trend, let me see if I can use this one also. If you go to this one, you see that there is a kind of like a paint here that shows red around here. Okay, that's around where I'm painting. Now, this paint is telling me that this is an indicator, right? Of course, anytime it paints red like that, it's suggesting that the price have potential to drop. Okay, so I'm banking on sell on gold. I'm staying with the sell or staying with the bears. So if you're interested in trading gold, unlike crude oil that I'm rooting for buy, I'm looking for sell on gold. Okay, so what you can now do finally is if you must trade a sell, you should look to trade it when the price now formed and close below an average. Okay, so for example, if you use this particular one where you see a close below average, like we have seen now, is that the price of gold may go down, right? That's on gold. Now on Euro USD, I'm still rooting for sell also on Euro USD. I'm rooting for sell. Okay, so because the price of Euro USD has been haywire over a period of time, it's been bullish, right? So, and nothing lasts forever. Okay, so what we'll be looking at is the dollar index, that's USD index, if you want to trade Euro USD. So you go ahead and look at USD index. If it is appreciating, then it means that the price of Euro USD may go up. So, and of course, based on what we are seeing on this dollar index, the indicator here is telling us that the price has just left the support, a medium support though. It's not as if it's a strong support. So I want to believe that dollar index will rise. And of course, if the dollar index is going up, then Euro USD will definitely go down. So I'm looking for sell also on Euro USD. So what I'm going to do is to look for maybe a breakout like so, and look for when the average will cross. So look for, wait until this average cross below the black. If you can do that on your phone, put 50 period moving average and 21 period moving average on your chart. It can be the same, set. It can be the same simple strategy. It can be the same exponential strategy. It can be a mixed, but as long as there's a cross, a moving average cross, then you can sell on USD. And if you want to be in a hurry to do that, then you can go to 15 minutes time frame and wait out and sell. All right. Of course, that's for Euro USD. So let's quickly go to T40. There was a gap down also today. Of course, I'm still waiting for a buy on this because the price has been going up for a while. But because of whatever is happening in the Middle East, this price, okay, or this instrument may not necessarily, have the strength to go up. Okay. But because Trump already said that there should be peace, so I want to believe that this particular instrument will be bullish, okay, going forward. So what I can do for this one, based on what I'm seeing now, based on the impulse that this 15 minutes can do is to close, what I can do is to click on maybe buy, right? I can just do a buy. I'm buying because of the impulse that the 15 minutes bar used to close around that average. So I can just rotate for buy. And if this one can give me something like today, if you can give me like 20,000 naira, I'll be happy. Okay. So I can just make like 20K on this one. It's already my trade's already in profit. Just that, maybe I can just look for like 30 something K. I think that should be okay for me. If I can make like 39,000, 40,000 on this one today, I'll be fine. Okay. That's for this one. So I'm looking for a buy on B40. My bias is to buy, okay, not to sell. Now, I'm going to go for another one, which will be GBP-CHF. Now, for GBP-CHF, I'll be looking for a buy because my indicator is suggesting so. Or so I think. Permit me to delete this one, and okay, so this one is routing. So it's telling me that I should look for a buy or buy opportunity on this one. So let me look for a time frame that can give me a buy. All these ones are telling me to buy. What about 15 minutes? Telling me to buy also. So I'm going to buy GBP-CHF, right? Buy. Okay, so because I have all the indicators telling me that the price will go up, that's why I'm buying, right? So, and of course, I'm going to target not too much, maybe 5,000, 6,000 around this one. And of course, I'm going to use a very moderate stop loss for this one. So I'm going to go straight to Euro JPY. Now, Euro JPY has done me shaky, okay, for the past few days. Okay, if you look at my Euro JPY, my Euro JPY trade is still on minus 25K. I had a buy that I traded, I can't even remember the date, I think on the 19th, be a Thursday. Of course, the price went against me and I didn't use stop loss, right? But the reason why I'm not closing the trade is simple. JPY has been bullish, right? So I expect the price to retrace. Okay, the worst you can do is that maybe it's just give me minus 50K, which I can still trade for. All right. So, but I'm rooting for the price to actually go down so that can give me money, right? So, because I need it. But if it's not going to give me money after this tenure, because it's giving me some bearish signal now on 1 hour. So if it retraces to some extent, give me money, I'll collect it because I'll just manage it. For USD JPY, the same thing. I'll be looking for a way to, for this one, I'm looking for a way to keep on buying, but I may not buy now because the price has gone up for a while. Okay. So let me wait until the price retraces to a level comfortable enough for me to buy. All right. So for USD JPY, I'll just hold on. Okay, I'll hold on. I will not trade a sell and I will not trade a buy yet. Okay, so I'm going to go to GBP JPY. For this one, this signal is reading sell, but let me look at D1. Not so. H4, not so. H1, it's telling me to sell. So what I can do for this one is to hold on, right? Because there's a conflict of interest between the major time frames, which is the H1, H4, and D1. So I'll just stay off that. For USD CAD, I'll be looking for a buy. Okay, because all indicators are saying so. And so I'm going to just come around and see what I can do with this one. I'll be looking for a buy. H1, I'll be looking for a buy. Let me use this indicator to check whether I can place a buy. Okay, not yet. So let me check. USD I'll be looking for a buy when the price returns to this zone. Sorry, USD CAD rather. So if the price can retrace to on 1 hour time frame, if the price can retrace to 1.3707, I can buy on that. Okay. So for USD index, I already talked about that the price, I actually don't trade USD index. I use to measure whether I can place a buy or sell on Euro USD or USD CAD. Okay, because as long as USD index is bullish, then dollar will be very, very bullish, right? Against basket of other currencies. For AUD JPY, let me go to D1 and check. This one suggests a buy really. Okay, AUDJPY suggests a buy. AUDJPY is still strong on a buy. Okay, so I think I'll be buying this one. Let me just click on new order. Buy. I think the last time I discussed this one, we also did a buy on it. Also, I think I can't remember. Okay, so this one looks good to buy. All right, that's why I'm on a buy trade on it. So if you're interested in that one, you might as well, go ahead and go bullish on it if you like. Okay, for AUD card, I'm going to go with, let me check with D1. Suggest a sell, right? Suggest a sell, suggest a sell, and first suggest a sell. But I'm not gonna sell, even though it suggests a sell. Okay, even though AUD card suggests a sell, I'm not gonna sell. All right, because card may not be that strong against AUD. Oh, as the way I'm saying it. So I might want to stay off this one, right? I might not want to. I may not want to trade it. But let me check 15 minutes if it is anything to go with. I may not want to trade it really. I may just stay off on AUD card. For AUD USD, oh, okay. So finally, this broke out. Wow, wow, wow. I didn't check. I was actually rooting for a sell on this when there's a breakout. So I'm going to be looking for a sell, but I will not sell instantly. I'll wait for the price to return to this line for a retest. So a sell limit will be ideal on this one. So what I'm doing on this one is a sell limit. That's for AUD USD. Okay, I actually foresee a sell on this, but I'm not going to go instantly selling. So I'll wait for the price to retrace a little bit, then take me in as a seller. And of course, I'll enjoy the money. Okay, for GBP USD, this one is 100% sell for me. Okay, that's what the signal is saying. So I'm not going to go with any buy on this. A sell limit also would be ideal because I may not want to go with sell immediately. So I think a sell limit would be ideal at around between 1.345, no, sorry, 1.3438 and 1.3483. So if you're interested in trading GBP USD, you might want to go with a sell when the price returns to a resistance at around 1.3483. Okay, so when the price gets to that level, you can sell. Let me look at what people are saying, okay, before I jump into the next part. Abdurrahman say good. I already talked about good, Abdurrahman, so I'm not going back to that one. All right, so if you were not here then, that's not my fault. Okay, so for crude oil, I already talked about it. So that, in fact, that was the first thing I mentioned, crude oil. So let me now listen to what you guys want me to look at. I've looked at some things. I just, briefly mention technically, fundamentally what I feel about them. Okay, so let me wait for your comments. If you want me to look at something different, I can, apart from what I've looked at, I can look at it, and of course we can discuss. Okay, so anybody that want me to look at something different, I can look at it now. Comment. If there's no comment, I'll go to something else. If there's no comment, I'll go to something else. Okay, there's no comment. So let me go to something else on my own. I'm going to go to here and open to Euro Pound. Okay, and then I will open to FRA 40. And then I will open to, let me check. I open to, I already did the UDJPY. I will open to Cocoa. Then I'll open to wheat. Okay, so let's discuss all these ones now that I just opened. So Euro Pound first. This one looks, let's find out what this bar crossing is saying on T1. Okay, bullish. What about H4? Also bullish. Okay, so let's find out. All right. So Euro Pound looks bullish, looks so. But let's find out what the smaller time frames are saying concerning this one. I'm going to go with this one first. Find out if it is asking me to buy. So this one is still on a strong buy. What about 4 hours? A strong sell. 1 hour. Strong sell. 30 minutes. Strong sell. 50 minutes. What is 50 minutes a strong sell? So based on what we are seeing, I think Euro Pound may go down. That's what I'm filling, right? So may go down. So, and because of that, I might want to place a new order and sell. New order, of course, I'll just click on sell. So, and of course, I'm going to use stop loss at, since I'm using 15 minutes at a recent swing high, and I will not target much, maybe 10 pips, okay, because I'm using a lower time frame. Of course, what do I want to say now? Let me check. Okay, so that's for Euro pound. Then I'm going to go to FRA 40. Now for FRA 40, I'm seeing, let me check with this one first of all. FRA 40 still looking bearish on 1 hour. And so I may want to go with D1 and find out what the price is doing on this indicator. Okay, so this indicator is suggesting a bull, like bull may just enter the market on daily bar. What about 4 hours? Okay, also bull. So what about 1 hour? Bear, right? So let's go with 4 hours, okay, and then check with this one. Okay, also bull. So I want to believe that I may just go with the bulls on this one. But if you are going with the bull, it means that you need to wait for some candles to form. That will suggest so. So if this candle close hammer, okay, if it close as a hammer, then we can just enter a buy based on the hammer formation on this particular instrument, FRA 40. Of course, the way I see it, FRA 40 presents a very good potential for a buy if this particular price close bullish on 4 hours. So that's if it close, especially if it close hammer. So that said, let me look at the comment section. So people are dropping messages. Namdi says, Silver. Okay, how do you combine what the lower time frame say to decide on what the trade take? Well, you first of all, Namdi Mbata, it's a very simple thing. You want to know how to do multi-time frame analysis. That's what you're asking. Now, multi-time frame analysis is very easy if you know how to do it. You first of all you start from the daily bar. You look at the direction. Then you go to the smaller time frame and follow that direction. For example, when I was saying that Euro pound looks bearish, so what I was saying was that I started with daily bar, okay, and then I look at what daily bar says. This daily bar gives an instruction that the price will go up. But I look at H4 and it looks bearish. So because this one is looking bearish, and of course this is like a gap below, close below, right? Gap below previous close and about to close below previous open, okay? And that's a bearish signal. Okay, because of that, you might want to go with a sell when the smaller time frame suggests so. And of course, look at this 15 minutes. The 15 minutes time frame is actually looking that kind of like that direction. Okay, so because of that, I might want to go with a sell. That's why I sell. So what you do is you first of all, if you want to analyze, you start from the daily bar. Whatever the daily bar is saying is what you should follow on the smaller time frame. And of course, I will look at silver for US, okay, because that's your request. So that's for Mbata. Now, for this cocoa, I think this cocoa price may want to go up, okay, if the price is up right now. Because based on what I'm seeing here, the last time this one loaded was around 20th of June, which means that the cocoa price is not upright. It's not up right now. Okay, the market is still closed. That's why the price is like this. But every time the market open, it might just be that the price needs to go. Because today is 23rd, right? And the last date on this bar is 20. So it means that the price is still closed. So but anytime the market opens, you can actually look for a buy. Because the price has been going up for a while, right? Okay. Of course, it's nearing support for 1 hour. So that's why I may be waiting for a buy. Okay. If the price especially come back to the support, you might just place a buy. So what you do is you go to your chart and you draw something like this on your chart on your laptop or phone, and then you wait for the price to enter that zone. Then you look for a buy. Especially when you see a candle structure that supports so. So for wheat, Then I'm going to go to candle also and check if the price is up. So based on what I'm seeing here, this price is up. And if it is to go technical, this price may go down because the neck region of this head and shoulder pattern is already broken. All right. The neck region of this head and shoulder pattern is broken already. And of course, this is the head and shoulder pattern. Sorry, double top rather. This is the double top. Okay, double top. All right. So the neck region is broken. A sell is advised on this one if you want to trade. But I'm not gonna trade. I'm not gonna trade. I'm not gonna trade wheat. Okay, because of the money I have, it's not that much. Okay, so I don't want to pile too much trade on my account. But if you have sufficient funds, say you have like all these 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 1 million thereabout, you can just go ahead and trade this sell because technically this price looks good to go down. And if you want to confirm more, you might just insert some moving averages to this, okay, or even Bollinger Band to suggest. So the price is just crossing and about breaking below the lower band, which is good enough. It will be a breakout. And then if you add some moving averages to chart, okay, let me just go straight to this one and check this one. Okay. I'm going to go to 15 minutes time frame to check. So this one actually suggests so, all right, 100% suggesting that the price could go down from this region, really, from this region. After the break of this candle, this price could actually go down. So if you're interested in trading wheat, sell is advised on smaller time frame, and don't stay too long. And don't forget to use stop loss at around this zone if you're trading that, if you're trading it, if you're interested in trading it. Okay. So finally, I'm going to go to silver. Somebody suggests I should look at silver. Then I can look at something different. So other precious metal, silver, I think it's more or less behaving like gold, right? Okay. And of course, this one also looks good to go down based on what I'm seeing. It could go down, right? So let's look at this candle. Zoom in. All right, it could actually go down. So because it's actually forming the same pattern with gold. Of course, I mentioned on gold also that if you want to trade it, you might want to be looking to sell. That's what I said. Okay, so I'm going to go to I think that will be the last one on this section. And of course, we have 37 minutes. Now let me quickly go to comment section and see what people are saying. All right. So Ruby says gold. Why are you saying gold? We already look at gold. And of course, sir, please, is there any similarity in the movement between UJ and Right? Of course, yes. Okay, so Immaculate Warmer, Nacho. Okay, so there's always a similarity between the price of JPY and USD because two of them carry Japanese yen, right, as a quote currency. And so whatever is happening to Japanese yen will both affect JPY and USD but a little bit differently in the sense that if dollar is strong and euro is weak, Japanese yen may just be neutral and drag euro down. Okay, but based on what I'm seeing, euro is very, very strong, even against dollar, right? So because of that, that's why Japanese yen is suffering more. But because dollar has not been that strong, that's why you have been seeing USD dragging Japanese yen to the upside, right? So otherwise, Japanese yen is supposed to be beating US dollar hands down. Okay, so I think that's a similarity. Two of them carry the same information. That's Japanese yen or a quote currency. Now, for this morning, I've taken about 4 trades. 3 of them are in profit. 1 of them is not yet in profit, based on our analysis. Remember, I'm not the only one doing this. We're all doing it together. We're all doing it together. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm like a superstar or anything. Okay, we look at the chart together. We take the trade. If you're interested, you take it. If you're not interested, you leave it. Of course, you can do your own due diligence analysis. Remember, this is an educational, event. It's not as if it's a financial advice or anything. Right, so you need to be, careful trading. And of course, you can choose the lot size you want to trade based on the money you have, right? So, and of course, the only 2 trades that is not active yet is the AUD-USD and the USD. You have both of them selling it at near resistance on those time frames that we used. So for GBP-JPY, again, we've already discussed it. I'm not taking a trade on it. So maybe I just close early. We are 20 minutes into the trade or into this discussion. And of course, we are almost, I don't know, what can I say now? We're almost done, right? So, anybody want to say something? Ajo. Is it Ajo Emmanuel or Ajo Emmanuel? You want to say something, Ajo Emmanuel? Oh yeah, say it.
Yes, good morning, sir. Well done, sir. Please,
Your
I
name,
want you to
hold
the
on,
USA
hold
600.
on, hold on. Is your name Ajo or Ajo?
Ajo, AJO,
Ajo.
Ajo. Yes, Ajo.
Ah, what does it mean? Ajo.
It's just like a drum, like this beating, like this drum that they used to beat, like all this talking drum.
Eh,
So I
okay.
want to
So
this
it's okay. Your name is a very beautiful one. As long as you can interpret your name, because every name carries a meaning, it means that it's something. But of course, you are welcome. So what's your question?
my question is, I want us to look at this US 100.
What's wrong with it?
I just want to, I need like a analysis on like.
What's your take on it? Is it a buy or a sell? What do you think?
No, I never enter it yet,
No,
but
I know you have never entered it. You are looking at the chart of US 100. What's your take on it?
yeah, because like my take on it, like I'm thinking that it's going to go up.
That's your take on it, right? But the thing is truly going up. So what are you now waiting for?
So right now, it's on a kind of resistance level. So
Eh.
I'm like thinking whether
I don't think it's on the resistance level. On the 1 hour
uh,
time frame, it is not.
okay,
Look
no,
at
I'm
you're
looking at the 15
looking at
minute time frame. 15-minute time frame.
you're looking at 15 minutes.
Yes.
But on the 15 minutes, it's just breaking out of a moving average. There's a cross already on 15 minutes, which means that the price may just push to the upside, may push to the upside. Okay, so we're looking at the US 100, and of course, on this 15 minutes time frame, it's breaking out. Okay, the only thing is that I will not trade it right now. I will not trade it. The reason is because I like it when price is breaking out for it to retest a support. That's what I love. Okay, so instead of me to place an instant buy on this US 100, unlike the D40 counterpart that we discussed earlier. Where is that D40? D40, D40. I can't even find it. Okay, I can't even find it. Unlike the D40 that we discussed earlier, this one is just breaking out. So I will need for it to retest. Okay, I'll need for it to retest. So I'll be waiting for the price to jump back into a support region on this 15-minute time frame before I go long on it. Of course, like you said, the thing looks good to go up. So if it is what you are looking for, if it's enough consolation, yes, your analysis is correct. The price may actually go up. Any other question?
No, that is it.
Thank you very much. Another person wants to say something, or we should just look at so someone wants me to explain Bollinger Band and Fibonacci using any currency pair. Of course, this is not a strategy class. I may not be able to do that. All right. Apologies, Ian Acho. We have a strategy class where we discuss some of these things. Okay. So I may not be able to do that. Here is just analysis. We 100% look at the chart, and of course, we look at the possible direction, but of course, not to explain how a strategy work. All right. Okay, but if it is any consolation, Bollinger Band, I may not be able to do Fibonacci. Bollinger Band for me is I buy around the lower band, I sell around the upper band based on price actions around them. Then for Fibonacci, if you put Fibonacci on the chart, for example, when you're looking at that Euro JPY, where is that your Euro JPY? Euro JPY, where is it now? Euro JPY. So if you look at Fibonacci here, Nacho, I don't know why I'm doing this for you, but I can just do it. Right? If you look at the Fibonacci on this Euro JPY, from the movement here, okay, from this 1 to 3. So I'm looking at a zigzag now. If I plot this, I'm coming over. Here, Nacho, I'm coming. I want to show you something. Okay, so if I plot this move, then I can plot this move, right? It's like from A to B and then to C. And right now, we are seeing a very solid move to this side. So based on this 1, 2, 3 move, that's 1, 2, 3 move. Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, if you start from point A, okay, I'm going to just do this for you. That's how I use Fibonacci, right? To point B, okay, permit me to edit this to fit what I want. Pay attention, though. Here, natural. okay, to point B, sorry, yeah, and then to point C. Okay, you want to know how to use Fibonacci to suggest the buy zone. Since this price is bullish, to point C, and then to point this current position. So we're going to call this place 0 because we don't even know whether it's going to go past the level yet. Let's call it 0 points, right? 0. So now you want to know what the price will do. You want to use Fibonacci. So you start from the beginning. Okay, you click on Fibonacci on your chart, whether on your phone or laptop. Let's start from the beginning and you go to point 0, right? When you go to point 0, you stop. So what you now do finally is to wait until the price returns to 61%. If the price is going to go up, okay, people that are doing this would prefer to wait until the price returns to 61% or 61.8. So if this price is anything to do, if it's going to go bearish, this is where it is most likely going to stop. Most likely going to stop. Now, if you stop here, which is equal to, or which is going to be equal to this level, okay, this support, there's a support here, right, a little one. So if it is stopping there, then it's going to go. But if it breaks this level, then it's going to complete 100% retracement, which means, it's going to go all the way down to this level. Okay, but this is the first line of defense. Now, that does not mean that all this 23 level will not stop it. That doesn't mean, okay, price can just come to 23 and continue the journey. But if it comes to 23 and continue, then it will not go far. That's what I'll tell you. If you come to 50 and continue, it may go far. But I think the line of defense that I always like to use is 61. And this you can use on any time frame, all right, and on any instrument. But of course, like I said, this is not the Fibonacci class. There's a deeper class we can go advanced, and of course, we can discuss this here natural. All right. So thank you very much for that. Arubi is asking me, can you just show us gold chart with the moving average, please? What's wrong with that? Your chart is not showing it. Arubi, I'm asking you, is it that your own chart is not showing the gold chart with moving average? Sir, since we are done for the analysis, can you kindly recap Euro USD and GBP USD? I came later, though I'm on a sell trade or towards the daily front of 50 MA. Well, if the time permits, that's for wisdom. And of course, Babatunde, do I get rally trade indicator free based on my funding? Of course, yes. Babatunde only per day. Okay, so all these Abeokuta people, they don't start. Somebody told me that only per days are from Abeokuta. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't mind me. So only per day, yes. If you fund, you get all our indicators for free, right? I'm going to go to recap now. And of course, for the sake of everybody listening, I'm going to go to Euro USD, GBP USD, and finally, I may just look at gold. So let me go back briefly to the beginning. So I'm going to start with Euro USD. I suggest that Euro USD may go down. That's what I suggested, right? So, and because of that, I'm waiting for an opportunity to sell, but I'm not selling yet. Okay, so, and for GBP USD, I mentioned that, where's GBP USD? I mentioned that this one is also most likely going to go down, but I need for the price to return to the resistance at around 1.3464, right? But I said, and finally on gold, I said that for gold charts, the price had a dark cloud cover on D1, all right, on daily bar, and that the price has actually traded below a spinning bar on that same D1, which suggests deeply that this price may go down. Suggests deeply that this price may go down, all right? So that's what I said. Based on these three candles, the information they pass, candles pass information, right? Every candlestick tells a story. It is important for you to listen and listen carefully. These three candles are already telling a story, all right? That's according to what I learned on candlestick, okay? From Steve Nissen, from, good guys on candles. They suggested that when a candle is beginning to form this kind of structure on the chart, that the price may actually go down. In fact, that dark cloud cover may bury the chart, all right? According to what we used to know when it comes to technical. But let's see as it goes. Okay, so trade carefully. Of course, I'm going to stop here for today. I've listened to all of you, and of course, I've taken all your questions. The last person that asked me a question anyway is on D40, which is Kenny. Says he's trading D40 a little bit in than yours, which is okay for you. Congratulations, Kenny. I'm happy for you, right? So, and of course, I'm going to go to the comment section now, which I may just enable for you to. You want to talk to me? Maybe ask me a final question. You can go ahead and ask now. Whoever wants to do that. Okay, whoever wants to do that, anybody want to ask me a question, you can raise up your hand and ask. Otherwise, you can close the chat, okay, and go home and begin to trade. So based on what we know, we already said that the price of Euro USDJPY is still bullish, which means that the price of USDJPY might go up. Of course, we are just waiting for the price to return to a very safe place for us to trade a buy. That's what I would do naturally. Okay, if the price can come to around 146 point, 0.75 area, I could just buy. If the price can come to this painted zone. So what you can do is you wait for the price to come to between 145 and 146. You look at candle structure around those zones, and then of course you can trade. That will be the end of this class. Thank you very much, everybody. Of course, I'm wishing you a safe trade today. I'm wishing you green pips today and this week. And of course, don't forget, tomorrow is a good day. It's another good day. Tomorrow is going to be another good day for us to make money on the chart. And what I want you to do is to trade as many types as you can, okay? And as many big lots as you can trade, as long as your account can carry it. And of course, use stop loss whenever possible, and use take profits so that even if you're not with the chart, your trade can close safely. Of course, share testimonies in the house whenever the opportunity arises. Thank you very much, everybody. Of course, bye-bye.